Hi friends. Okay, it is Thursday and I have some stuff for you. So if you need a pep talk, pull up a chair, grab some coffee or unicorn juice, and let's talk. Okay, so number one, I am update with my own workout, my own life, in case some of you care. And this is also important as we move into November. I want you to listen to me, okay? So I'm finishing up 30-day breakaway, but all I have left are my runs. And it's been really cold in the morning, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm procrastinating that workout. I love getting on Zoom and connecting with those of you who join me. You're all welcome to pop on. The time kind of moves around. So even if you're like, well, it's not exactly 8 a.m. Mountain Standard, you should still pop on and see if there's anyone there. Because I know a couple gals join early and a couple gals join late. And sometimes Katie and I just talk like for an hour before we actually get to it. So we may actually be there. That link is pinned if you don't know what I'm talking about. There is a live Zoom workout that we do. And that means we get on Zoom, okay? You set up your camera, you turn on your mute because nobody wants to hear each other heavy breathing, okay? It's not Friday night. And then you just do your own workout and we're all doing different things. We really don't pay attention to each other, but it's that extra layer of accountability. Hey, Karen, that I think is really, really important. Every single one of my live videos now has, hey, Karen. People are like, who is Karen? Karen's a VIP. She's always here. Anyways, so I'm finishing up 30-day breakaway and I still have my runs to do, but I'm still trying to decide what workout I'm going to do for the November 1st challenge that I've been talking about nonstop. And I'm asking everyone to commit to either MBF or 21-day fix, unless you're already doing 80-day obsession, which is 21-day fix on steroids, okay? But those workouts are 30 minutes a day because for most of us, getting that consistency piece is a challenge, finding the time and the energy and the motivation to work out. And so I want you to be connected with a workout that's going to give you the most bang for your buck so that you get momentum and you can kind of start to feel proud and fall in love with the journey. Not every day. It's going to be like eating Oreos, all right? But consistency is the biggest part of this, right? 80% of success is just showing up consistently, making the decision, not allowing yourself the choice. There will be plenty of legitimate reasons why you can't or you shouldn't or you won't. And I'm asking you to touch it every single day, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. Even if it's just 10 minutes, that's still a freaking victory. And I want you to count it as such. So I've been trying on the different workouts just to see what feels right because, you know, even 6.5, 7 years in, this is an organic experience. So sometimes in your head, you're like, oh, I'm going to do this. I've done this before, or this looks good. And then you try it and you're like, I hate the trainer. I can't stand her boobs. I can't handle listening to her talk. Like there's lots of reasons, or maybe it's the cast that drives you crazy. Okay. So that's all right. It's okay. Try on a couple things, especially if you're starting with me November 1st. I want you to try both programs and see where you're at. If you feel like you cannot do that physically with where you're at, there's other options you can do. But with the 21-day fix, there's Kat to follow along with. All right? You can modify what she's doing. This isn't about you making yourself a carbon copy of them. This is about you breaking up with your self-limiting belief and taking the daily action to move you closer to whatever your personal goal is. Okay? And I don't want your personal goal to be like a number or a size or any of that. That comes after you've been consistent long enough, okay? So anyways, yesterday I did MBF, which I've done multiple times, and I didn't like it. I was like, I hate this. I have literally done that program 3 or 4 times and loved it, gotten great results, but it just isn't where I'm at. So today I was like, I don't really feel like doing 21-day fix, but I want to hang out with Autumn. So I did 9-week control freak, you guys. That is an amazing program. And if you've heard me talk about it, I totally had a temper tantrum when I had to buy extra equipment. And it wouldn't work in my house, so I had to have my husband like drill holes in the wall and put the control track up. I was legit like first world problems upset about it. But it's a really powerful program. I've only done it completely all the way through once. I recommend it. But that's not what this is about. That's a side note. Squirrel, Sarah. Stay in line. So tomorrow I'm going to do 21-day fix. There's 2 different 21-day fixes. If you're using the old DVDs, well then cool. You do what you have. But if you have Beachbody On Demand, and you're new or you haven't done 21-day fix in 500 years, I want you to know that a couple years ago, they refilmed it. So there's the original OG 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme, which a lot of us have done, but every single week is the same, right? And so you know their outfits, you know their jokes, you know what's coming. And I think a really important part of this experience is to keep being surprised and keep being like just challenging your body and your muscles and your mindset. Because if you're checked out, you're not going to get the same results versus having to be engaged and paying attention, which is why I can't really listen to music while I work out. Like I need to just listen to what they're telling me. So anyway, 21 Day Fix, real time. It has a new cast, and again, every single week compounds on top, and that's kind of the direction that most of the newer Beachbody workouts have gone, which I really like, because for a long time he was a huge PiYo lover. It was my soulmate workout, but you guys, I've done that program so many freaking times. I know the jokes. Same with like Country Heat and the Tony Horton stuff. Like you just start to know it, and for me, I'm not as engaged. Okay, so that's kind of randomness that I want you to take in and think about. If you're doing the November 1st challenge, at some point this weekend or the next couple days, I want you to try both of them. I want you to put your self-limiting belief that I have too much weight to lose, or I'm not in the shape to do that. I don't have the jump ropes. You guys, that's all excuses, okay? And none of it belongs here. I want you to try it and see which trainer resonates with you, who feels more inspiring, all right? And then I want you to make your decision based on that. Then I want you to commit to it. I want you to go the 3 weeks. Even there will be days where you don't want to. There will be days where you're like, I'm over this. I'm tired of this. This hurts. I don't like it. But I'm asking you to treat this like a test group alongside me. I want you to go all in, which doesn't mean perfection, but it means that if you're signing that commitment graphic with me, that you are committing to doing this for 3 weeks, that you are committed to drinking your shake and doing the work. I'm asking you to commit to following your nutrition program, okay? You pick one. It's not marriage. It's not a tattoo. You don't have to do it for forever. But how do you know if things will work for you or won't work for you if you're not, it's a cat here on my nose, if you're not actually like consistent with it? And I think that that's where a lot of us get hung up, is where you want it to be this instant change. This isn't magic. This isn't something that's just going to transform everything. This takes consistency, and it takes you making the decision to not be perfect, to not have all your ducks in a row, but just to start where you are and get the momentum. You have to make the decision, which is why I'm asking you to sign that contract, and I'm asking you to specifically tell me what workout you're doing, what nutrition program you're following, and what flavor Shakeology. I also want to know what your word or affirmation statement is. And those of you, you have to send it to me to get into the group. You have to, okay? You have to send it to me, and I won't share it if you don't want me to, but it's just powerful, and it's that extra layer of accountability, okay? So during my workout today, Autumn said a couple things that I had to keep saying in my brain over and over because I didn't want to hit pause, but I wanted to make sure I remembered it. So I wrote it down on a note, and I actually shared it in my stories if you want to take a screenshot and put this somewhere. Number one, she said, the most important words are the ones you say to yourself. The most important words are the ones you say to yourself. And if you wouldn't want someone else to say it to you, then stop saying it to yourself. And some of it is just broken, right? Like it's just, we've gotten used to it. We have old patterns where I suck at this, or this isn't going to work for me, or here we go, I'm going to fail again. You guys, I understand that we've been conditioned. We've conditioned ourselves in some situations, and in other situations, those are other people's words that come into our heads. But you're the driver of your bus, and nothing is going to change until you decide that you're going to change it. It's not going to be overnight. You're going to have those sneaky mean girl thoughts pop back up, but I'm asking you to be aware of it, and I'm asking you to auto-correct it. And so when you say, I'm failing, I suck, this is too hard, instead, you have that thought, you recognize it and own it, because this isn't about you denying things or being like, I'm just going to say positivity to myself. No, okay? You have to physically rewire it. And so I can't do this. Instead, this feels hard, but I'm strong. I can't do this. This feels really challenging, but I'm believing in myself today. This feels really hard, but today I choose myself, and I'm going to celebrate that. I don't care. Whatever feels right to you. Or I failed. I feel like I failed, but I know I didn't. Sarah believes in me. I'm taking action to show up. I feel like I failed, but I know this is just me getting stronger. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. You are going to fail. You are. We're going to fail forward. You're going to mess up. You're going to eat your feelings. You're going to have a workout that's too hard or feels too advanced or whatever. That is going to happen. That is just real freaking life. And so you need to be the one in charge of what you're telling yourself. You need to be the one that's editing those thoughts that come in. You need to be the one that chooses to control, alt, delete the stuff that no longer serves you. Because it's not going to happen overnight. You're going to have to consciously take that thought and you're going to have to flip it. That's why I do a gratitude practice. That's why I'm a huge believer in affirmation statements. And when I say I want you to have a gratitude practice, I want you to take the things that you don't feel grateful for. I want you to take those things like the big ass laundry pile, or the fact that you have sick kids, or the fact that you don't know if you can pay that bill or you can get that thing fixed. I want you to take that thought that's legitimate in your life, and I want you to figure out, how can I flip this and how can I reframe it? It's not about being Susie Sunshine, but it's about taking back your power and owning it and figuring out a way that you can spin it that makes you feel empowered and brave and proud. And it's going to take a lot of work. I was the most negative person you ever would have met like 7-8 years ago. Terrible. And I've done the daily work. I'm not a positive person by nature, but I've done the daily work. I do the personal development every single day, even when I don't want to, because I know it is like a shower. It is like brushing my teeth. I've made it a non-negotiable. Not if I have time, like today, I never did my morning routine, but I'm still at some point going to make sure that I get in personal development. And that's a podcast. It's an audiobook. It's prayer. It's 10 minutes of sitting down and reading a book. And if you're too busy, then you listen to something. That's where I do most of my personal development, is actually on my walks or my drives. And even if I have the family, I make them a deal. Like, I need to listen to at least 10 minutes of this, and then we can listen to whatever you want. It's a non-negotiable. And that's what I want you guys to embody as we go into this November challenge. Yes, we're moving into the holidays. Yes, Thanksgiving is coming. Yes, there will be travel. Yes, there will be leftover Halloween treats. I'm not telling you it's all or nothing. I'm telling you that you have to choose to prioritize this. If you don't choose, you're going to have a repeat. And you're going to continue down this path of, this is too hard, or I'm going to fail, or it's never going to be enough, or I'm never going to get there, or it's easier for her. It's easier for me because I've done 6.5, 7 years of this consistently. Your success comes, your momentum comes when you make the decision to make this a non-negotiable. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to be yours. And you have to take ownership of that. So what is broken in your life right now? Is it your self-talk? Is your self-talk more of an issue than your nutrition? If so, that's where your primary focus is going to be. If you're rocking the whole personal development game, you're a junkie like me, and you're taking it in, but you never actually act on it, that's your opportunity. If you've got the whole mindset work thing down and you're just like one with Jesus and you've got it all figured out, but you can't stay consistent with your workouts, then that's your primary focus. You can have more than one focus, but you have to prioritize one of them. And it honestly, if I had to choose what I would pick for you, I would choose mindset over and over and over. Because if your mindset is whack, if you're mean girling yourself and you're already defeated before you begin, no matter what you do, no matter how perfect your nutrition is and how hard you show up to your workouts, if your mindset is broken, you're always going to feel like a failure, like a disappointment, like it's never freaking enough. The mindset piece is so freaking critical. And that's why I'm just like, when people won't do mindset work, I'm like, oh my God, it is literally the easiest way to transform your whole freaking life and feel proud of where you're at. It's not about the number. It's not about the size. It's not about how epic your workouts are or how on point and perfect all your containers and all that business is. It's about you choosing to show up to your journey and choosing to hijack your mind. It's really what that is. You're going to have the thoughts, the negativity is going to come in, the self-defeat, the overwhelm, the freak out. That's going to happen because you're human. Congratulations. Welcome to the club. But I'm asking you to control, alt, delete those things that come in and don't serve you. And instead figure out, how can I take this truth and twist it into something that serves me and makes me feel empowered and encouraged and at peace with it. Okay, so if you have a thought that keeps coming up, I want you to drop it in a comment, and I will help you. If you want a secret squirrel, then you'll just DM me and we'll talk it through. I can't do this work for you. I can't. This is something you have to recognize. This is something, personal development is super personal. So if there is something that keeps coming up in your life, that's what I want you to focus on. I don't know what personal development I'm going to do this next month. I read Fear is Not the Boss of You. I read it and I listened to an audiobook. It is hands down the best personal development book I listened to in literally 5 years. by Jennifer Allwood. I cannot say enough good things about it. In that book, she recommended Crush the Chatterbox. These are all faith-based books, so if Jesus isn't your homeboy, then it won't resonate with you. But I'm listening to Crush the Chatterbox, and there's some affirmations that he says in there that are all like biblical based, and they're like God-based affirmations, which I think are pretty cool. So I've saved them in my phone, and I've added them into my morning routine where I read all my vision and all my affirmation statements, and I will drop them in a comment if you want to use them. But personal development, back of the bus up, it's really personal, okay? So if you need help figuring out what you want to read or listen to, or maybe even a podcast, you guys, if you don't have a ton of time and you don't want to spend any money, go listen to Trent Shelton. He is just filled with truth and encouragement, okay? Okay, so Control, Alt, Delete. What self-limiting belief isn't serving you, okay? You have to identify it, and then you have to make the conscious decision that you're no longer going to allow it rent in your head. It will still show up, and you're just going to have to evict it. Be like, I see you there, doubt. I see you there, fear. I see you there, overwhelm. Ain't nobody got room for you. Ain't nobody got time for you. It will not serve you. It will not grow you. It will not help you on your journey. Okay? So don't feel bad if you're feeling those thoughts. We all have those. We all have it. But it's about you deciding what you're going to give the space to. The most important words are the ones you say to yourself. The most important words are the ones you say to yourself. I can do this. I'm proud of myself. I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm loved by those who matter most. Sarah believes in me. I can do this. I am doing this. One moment at a time gets me there. I don't have to know the whole plan. I just need to do the next right thing. Okay? If you wouldn't let anyone else say it to you, stop saying it to yourself. Stop allowing yourself to keep the broken mantra going. Okay? Okay. Control, Alt, Delete. So if you need anything, let me know. If you have a thought or something that's like stuck in your head and you don't know how to reframe it, I love this stuff. I love it. And I would be happy to help you work through it. It's yours to work through though. I can give you my tips. I can give you my pointers. I can tell you how I would spin it. But it's really up to you to figure out how you're going to fit it in, how you're going to change, how you're going to recondition yourself, right? Okay. Karen, yes, you need to send it to me, or you could just drop it in a comment if you want, whatever. Anyways, so many good words are coming out of there. So many great affirmations, so many great truths. I'm really proud of those of you who are committing to doing this with me. There's been a couple of you who are like, I can't do all that. And I'm like, well, then you can't do it. But that's just where we're at. You have this space. You have this space, and you have the bod group, the accountability group that you're welcome to use. But the whole point of this is to be special. The whole point of this is to be this all-in group experiment where we take our self-limiting beliefs and we put those on the shelf. And we actually test the process, trust the process, and take the action every single day, so that we can be proud at the end of the 21 days. I'm proud of all of you, wherever you're at with your journey, no matter if you're struggling or you're winning, I'm still proud of you because you're still living it and you're still working on it. It's okay to be a work in progress. It's okay if it's been hard. It's okay if it's just feels overwhelming. You just do the next right thing. And the next right thing, I'm telling you, drink some water, move your body, put something in here that will inspire you. Drink some water, move your body, put something in here that encourages you. Drink your water, move your body, work on this. Work on this. The rest of it will come along, okay? But the mindset piece and taking the action to win at your journey will change your whole life.